Hi, welcome to How To with J&E. Today we're looking at the do's and don'ts of eating when you're out in Rome, whether you're in self-catering, going to restaurants or just out and about while you're visiting the sites. So the first thing I would say of the do's and don'ts is do embrace some local traditional food. So Rome has its own traditions and it's slightly different from the rest of Italy. Italy is very regional in their dishes, so go ahead and try something different from just pizza, pasta and salad. The next thing I would say is try to have espresso after meals. It's a really nice way to finish a meal, a nice espresso coffee. You will find that Romans don't go in for lots of heavy desserts. They will have things like tiramisu, ice cream, gelato, as some people call it, but they won't have large heavy desserts like apple crumble, things like that. Pay attention to service charges. Some service charges are included and some are not. So go ahead and leave a good tip, which is typically 10% in Europe, for any time you do enjoy a good meal out. Do drink the local wine. Local wines in Italy are world renowned and they're really, really nice, especially the red wines in Italy. They're really great. So go ahead and try some local wine. Don't forget to enjoy some free appetizers with drinks. Now there are many nice restaurants and bars quite near the Vatican City and all over Rome, and they will offer you free appetizers in the evening with drinks. This is a great way to relax and have a nice drink. Don't expect bread to be free when you sit down for a meal. Italians will charge separate for things like bread on the table. So if they do ask you, do you want bread, think twice, think, do you actually want it, do you want to pay for it, or will you just skip the bread and go ahead for the main meal. Now the other thing I would say is don't expect to have all your food served at the one time. Italians tend to eat things in separate stages, so they will have up to 5 courses and they will start with pasta, meat dishes. Pasta dishes can often be very small, and that's because they eat pasta before they have a main meal of meat. So if you are expecting pasta, try and source some of the more sort of general restaurants, but if you do go to a small family owned restaurant outside the tourist area, if you do ask for pasta, you could find a very small portion. As I say, this is because it's seen almost as a starter or appetizer. It's not seen as a massive plate of pasta. So that's good to remember. They also often eat meat and vegetables separately. So that's something that's strange for people in the UK and also in the US. We're used to having our meat and 2 veg all in the one plate. They will eat it separately, which now nutritionists are also saying is a really good way to eat. The other thing is don't eat next to all of the tourist spots. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes if you've been travelling and you see somewhere that looks really good, you just want to have a nice seat, a glass of wine and have some food. Now we have come away from the rule of that a bit and we've found really nice restaurants near tourist spots. But don't be afraid to walk a little further and find some really good places where the locals eat. So I really hope that you enjoy your food in Italy. Highlights we would say is pizza, pasta and salad. They do all these dishes great. The ice cream or gelato is fantastic. There's lots of videos how to choose the right one, which ones are good. Basically I would say make sure it's fresh. If you see it starting to go like crusty and discoloured sitting in the tins, then it's probably not fresh. So we really enjoyed Venchi ice cream. So this is a large company across some of Italy and specifically in Rome, and they offer lots of different kinds of ice cream. So you do have to sometimes queue in order to get into the shops. Don't worry about that, you will get served and there's lots and lots of choice. So you can see I waited for a while in the queues and this was ice cream that we got and it was absolutely fantastic. So I hope that you really enjoy your food. Pop a link in and tell me what your favourite food in Rome was. Before I go off, I will say there's also stands or stalls quite near Vatican City that sell the most fabulous Belgian chips or French fries. They're really good. Don't forget to try them when you're out and about. Bye.